Hi, Linda Bowen here from stampingwithlinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. If you were on my blog yesterday, you've seen a beautiful fancy fold done by Sue Floyd, a member of my team, for my recent challenge. And I loved the fancy fold, and so today I'm going to recreate it with the Favored Flowers Designer Series paper. This designer series paper is just a standalone paper. The colors are beautiful. I have taken and fancy cut out some of the flowers. I have used this paper by cutting out the flowers on a couple of my recent videos. I put some Winka Stella on it, and then I have 5 pieces of the paper cut down. They're 5 1/4 inches. 4 of them are 1.5 inches, and one of them is 3/4 by 5 1/4. So we're going to use those. Next, what I have is some petal pink. These squares are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and there are 3 of those. Then I have 3 pieces of Calypso Coral. These measure 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, so just 1/8 of an inch bigger than the petal pink. And then I have 1 piece of the basic black, and this is 3 by 3. But I want to show you how I'm going to cut down and score my cardstock. So I've got a piece of the basic black, and we are going to cut that at 5 1/2 by 11. So that's 1 piece of our card. And then this piece measures 3 inches, and we're going to cut that down to the 1/6 inch. And then we are going to take that and score it at 3. Now we're going to bring in our main card base, and we are going to score it at 1 3/4, 3 1/2, 5 1/4, and finally at 7. So this is going to be our main card base. So I'm going to grab a bone folder, make those nice crisp folds, and we're just going to accordion back and forth. Like so. So we're going to go in, and I'm going to grab those pieces of designer series paper, the 1 1/2 by 5 1/4, and we are going to put them right on our flaps like so. Whoops. Need a little bit more room here to get my angles right. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to pull this open and add the rest of our pieces. This just really shows off the beauty of the cardstock. Love the look. But I'm also going to share some techniques on using this designer series paper and getting a different look. What I'm going to do is use the opposite side now. I think I'll put the flower that way. The opposite side of the designer series paper for the back, and I'm going to go over to my stamping, cut, and emboss machine, and I am going to grab my new embossing folder. This is the Cane Weave embossing folder, and I am going to just lay that designer series paper down on that and run it through my stamping, cut, and emboss machine. would bring it over to the camera, but it's just easier that I have it over here at the table. So by die cutting, or excuse me, dry embossing our designer series paper, we get kind of a whole different look. So we're gonna go ahead and take that paper, put that right in the inside of our card like so. Going to grab that smaller piece of black and layer a Calypso coral and the petal pink on top. Going to bring in my sentiment. This is from the Peaceful Moments stamp set. Have not used this stamp set for a while. I'm gonna stamp the happy birthday. Layer that on top. Oh, but I see I didn't cut that the right size, but that's okay. It's just gonna have a nice little border. And now we're gonna go in and grab these. Hopefully I have cut these the right size. I have. And we're going to mount them on the Calypso coral. But I'm also going to stamp on one of them. The wishing you every happiness for your special day. We're going to put that down towards the bottom. I'm going to go back in with that embossing folder and I'm going to emboss both these pieces. Again, I don't think always of embossing my pieces, and it really adds a lot to your stamped image and your designer series paper when we emboss it. I have just more or less used my embossing folders for just a plain background, not with my designer series paper, but there it is with my stamped image on, just giving it a totally different look. And I'm going to grab the other one here. And we're going to put these on. Let's cover up that ink pad. I'm noted for getting ink where I don't need them. So we're going to grab that 3" by 6" piece. And we are going to first add this piece that does not have anything stamped on it. Nice border. I'm going to take my flowers that I cut, just kind of scrunch them up there with my bone folder to give them some character. Going to grab some dimensionals, place on that. And then we are going to add that to this flap of our card. Let's see how I want that to look. I think we're going to go just like that. And then this greeting is going to go in here. Like so. We're going to add some adhesive right along here. Not a lot, because we don't want it to interfere with our accordion. So we're going to fold our card up. I'm going to set this in here and kind of line it up where I want it. I think I want it right about there. So I'm going to push it down, and then that is going to adhere to the back accordion. Then going to add some adhesive on this side. Again, not too much. Close it up like so. This piece is going to go on the inside of our card, and we want to make sure that it's hidden from our accordion. So I'm just going to line that up like so. Just press that down. So there we have our fancy fold. Going to add another flower, my smaller flower. Again, add a dimensional to that. And then what I'm going to use is a new embellishment in the January through April, a mini, and it is these adorable dragonfly trinkets. They're very thin. They don't add a lot of bulk to your card. Going to add some multi-purpose glue. I'm going to put this one down here in the corner. Grab another one and put it up with my single flower. Oops. To stick for a second. No, it's not wanting to stick. Let's hold it down for a second. To stick on that embossing folder. There we go. I'm gonna fold our card up, and there you have it. A fun fancy fold using the Favored Flower Designer Series paper and our new dragonfly trinkets. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure you head over to my blog, stampingwithlinda.com, and look at the post yesterday of the card that inspired this video, created by Sue Floyd. Thanks so much. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.